Once we've pointed out the exorbitant and prohibitive cost of non-action or of a choice that isn't an informed one, taking into account the fact that there is the true Christ and that there is the Antichrist, that, alas, the Antichrist has been in force in Christianity of all denominations for ages. It's time to ask the question again. Why do we need the Psalms? Because we need the psalmist to come and make a statement on how not to get Jesus wrong, on how not to get Christ wrong. Not to choose the wrong Savior, since there are a multitude of offers, whereas in reality there is only one true Savior, according to Acts chapter 4, verse 12, who has been given to us and through whom we can be saved. He is the only mediator between God and men, Jesus Christ, man, 1 Timothy 2:5. If we need to summon the psalmist, it's simply because the Master gives us the injunction. It is because the true Christ expressly asks us to do so, and this prescription is found stipulated in Luke chapter 24 in its verse 44. But before stating this verse, let us put it in context for a better understanding. These are the words that the true Christ is going to say to his disciples during one of the last, if not the ultimate, meeting. This takes place in a singular, very special moment in the time between his resurrection and his ascension. There is a meeting at which the true Christ will say the words of Luke 24:44. It's inevitably a time for final instructions, for insisting on priorities, for reiterating what's essential, a strategic moment, as these are the last moments before the ascension and after the resurrection, which followed his death. What does Luke say, chapter 24, verse 44? Concerning the Psalms, this text says in substance, remember that when I was still among you, I told you that it was necessary, It was necessary. That what is written. In the Psalms, the discernment equation between the true Christ and the Jesus Christ impostor of the Christian gospel, the one called Antichrist, is, so to speak, asked by the principal himself. So much so that the question is, were there any Psalms or clear references in the Psalms that can be mobilized in an infallible, unstoppable way to get to the bottom of the choice between what is the impostor on the one hand and the true one on the other, as announced by the prophets and as it was later preached by the apostles? Can we detect treasures, keys in the Psalms of such luminosity that knowing them, to grasp them, would protect us from confusion between the true Christ and the false Christ, the Antichrist? The answer is yes. Question: where can we find these texts? We can find these Psalms. Answer: in several references, notably in Psalm 80, verse 18, in Psalm 132, verse 11, in Psalm 89, verses 4 and 5, in Psalms 80, 18, in Psalms 105, 8, 9, and so on.